And we're live. Hi, everybody. Susan Batchelder, and I am here today with Mr. Michael Levy.
Hey, everybody.
And Mr. Charles Hale.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
We are going to start off with a presentation of RaceCycler and why we're here and what our community is about. What's our purpose, some strategy, and just break out into a conversation. We're going to try to keep it to about 20 minutes. So, yeah, just make sure you stay for the whole hangout. And if you have someone that you want to watch it later, we can definitely make sure that you have the watch link, or you can grab the link, save the link that you were directed to this video on, and make sure you get back with the person that invited you. If you're not already in our Facebook group, ask to get in, because we have a lot of resources in there that will help explain in more detail. But we're just going to talk about RaceCycler and the community and what we're doing to help everybody come together and bring more people in. So what is RaceCycler basically? It's a cycler that's a one-time purchase. That's the really cool thing. One-time out-of-pocket purchase for $230. And what do you get for that purchase? You get the ability to be in the matrix, in the cycler. You get products and software. And you get to be a part of our community. Ongoing resources. We help each other. We help each other do various network marketing strategies that will help you in any online business or offline business down the road, and of course help you bring people into the RaceCycler. As far as the details of how it works, we've got PDF presentations, we have video presentations to show you how to do it and exactly all the intricacies of how it works, and that part really isn't as important as knowing the really core important facts that to be qualified to get the most benefit and the most points rewards, which converts directly into dollar rewards, is bringing 2 people in. So once you bring 2 people in, sell the product 2 times, then you're fully qualified for the points for the life of being involved with RaceCycler. Would either of you, Michael or Charles, like to add to that kind of core basic facts?
No, I think you did that very well, to be honest with you.
I'm with Charles on that.
Okay, so next we're going to talk about what we do, our strategies, and the part of the community. This is one of them, as you're watching us here on this Google Hangout. It's a free platform. It's super easy to get on, and it brings the human part into this marketing. We have conversations, we can do presentations, we can screen share, we can just do a ton of things and record them, and then they can be watched over and over again. So that's one of our strategies for sure. And then another strategy is Charles has been so kind to help me get started with using the conference line. It's not something I've ever done before, but you just start up, you have a conference call, invite people on there, you can record it and do presentations and have conversations that way. So we will actually, we'll do scheduled team conference calls, but we'll actually do smaller groups as well. So say you are already in our team, you're a part of our team, and you have a small group of people or just one person that has questions or that you're not really sure how to talk to them or how to explain it, you just let us know and we will jump on the phone with you and them and explain to them what we are doing as a community, what RaceCycler is, answer their questions, and bring them in that way. A big part of our reason for doing all of these extra things and having the Facebook group for resources is so that you don't feel like you're alone. You're not building this alone. You don't have to learn all of the details by yourself and become an expert from day one. We're working as a group collaboration. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I would like to jump in on that and add a little bit to that, because what you're saying is very true. What brought Susan and I together is that we are actually 2 different teams. And what you'll find is that a lot of people get into these home-based businesses because they have needs. They have a family. I've got 9 kids if you add up my life and what's going on. I've got 4 in the house right now, and I can't survive simply on the income that I make in my normal life. And so I have leaned back on doing network marketing for a number of years, just to help ends meet. And what I found when I first got into this type of business was I'm alone. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to do what I wanted to do. I saw all these different tools and things on the internet and all of these things growing year by year, but I didn't really know how to use them. So when I became what I consider successful is when I started saying, okay, well, what I need to do is get a group of people together who are better at this than I am, whether they are better at talking to people or they're better at the internet tool, or maybe they just know more people who know more people. I found that it wasn't really the products that was what interested me and made me successful. It was the teamwork of the people I'm involved with. And I wasn't alone anymore. And all of a sudden, I started making enough income that, well, for the last 3 years, I've completely supported myself. I'm a building contractor by trade, and the economy really hit us in the stomach, if you want to talk about it that way. And we had 437 people that worked for us that all of a sudden were without jobs because we couldn't get the contracts to build the condominiums that we were building. So this became a very vital part of our lives. And in essence, I've been doing it for over 20 years now, part-time, and at certain times full-time, and now full-time again, because I found that this is something I can rely on. I get up in the morning and look at the mirror, and that's the only guy that I can really trust to make it to the end of the day and support all these people in this house who look at me and rely on me for something. So I started looking and building teams. And in Race Cycler, I ran smack dab into Susan. She's at the top of my program, and her team is doing one thing and we're doing another thing, and we seem to be kind of in each other's way. So we got together on the internet and decided, hey, you're good at this and I'm good at this. Why don't we collaborate and bring our teams together? I'm not too bad at talking to people and working some of these programs out and teaching things, and she is amazing at these internet tools. And so we are starting a whole new endeavor of 2 teams working together for one goal. And I got a real strong feeling that what's going to happen is a hybrid of what's already happening in my life, and that is by getting together with people, helping people to learn and understand how to make money on the internet. No longer are we held back by the ties of, hey, is that product something that somebody wants? Because it might not be. They might not even care what that product is. What they want is the team. What they want is somebody to help them and show them how to get through the day for tomorrow, because your achievement is only based on what you help other people achieve. That's how we do things. That's how we feel about it. So to me, this whole program is going to be amazing, because we have 2 people now between Susan and I, and a group of people that are with me and a group of people that are with her that all feel the same thing. So I think by combining our brains, putting all this together and talking about it, we can learn how to do this better and help each other become successful.
Well, can I do like a round of applause for what I just heard? I'm like, what the hell is that? That's amazing. See, this is for those of you who are my first time. I'm with Susan on her team, and I've been hearing about this Charles, but I've never met him. And wow, what an introduction right there that I just got to experience. And I really love the angle that you touched on that, Charles, of the 2 different facets of network marketing that we've got here. The beauty of what we have here in this group now, especially, is because we've got offline people and online people melding together. So when you come into Race Cycler, it's simple, you guys. It's a one-time purchase of $230. That's it. You're not going to pay anymore, and then you get to be connected to the value of the team. You can then take what works for you, and then move forward in whatever direction you want to move in. Because the whole point of the cycler is yes, there is the community, yes, there is to make money, and there's tools in the back office which I know I'm using now as part of my online stuff. So there's stuff we can use, materials that we can use that are products inside of the Race Cycler. There's a community that's an online-based community. There's a community that's an offline-based community. Do you see the opportunities that you can have to then take what works for you, what resonates with you, and get rid of what doesn't, so that you can then do whatever it is you really want to be doing online or offline, if you prefer belly to belly. I've actually discovered that it's sometimes more simple to speak to people offline. I've had cab drivers, I live in New York, I've had cab drivers be interested. I've bank tellers be interested. It's amazing what you find just talking to people, saying what you're working on, and then moving forward with that. So it's nice to meet you, Charles. I'm just so glad that you started off that way, because wow, it's just going to be very interesting to see how the team blends together now.
Well, what you're going to find is that the blend is going to be exciting. I do something offline. I do it for fun because I like to drive. I like to meet people, and there's a company called Uber, and I sleep maybe 3 or 4 hours a night. Why? I don't know, but I do. So I've actually brought the last 3 people into this company as people that I have met through this other job, and what I'm doing there is running that job for the purpose of meeting people. Everybody gets in and says, hey, well, what do you do? Is this all you do? Well, of course not. So there's a big opening. What's everybody's biggest fear in this business? Everybody's biggest fear is, I don't know anybody. Who am I going to talk to? How am I going to bring these people in? Well, we all know somebody. Our problem is we don't know how to tell them what we're excited about in a way that doesn't sound like somebody trying to sell them a used car. What we can teach you is how to have a conversation about what you do that excites you, that will absolutely light somebody up. Because what happens when we show you how to make $300 or $400 a month? What happens when we show you how to make $500 a month or $2,000 a month? There's people in this business that will drag you in and say, I can show you how to make $10,000 a month. Those people drive me nuts, okay? Because that's not going to happen for you and me and Sally and my next door neighbor and all these people that have never done this business before, because they don't know how. The guy that's making $10,000 a month or more, and there are people that are doing it, believe me, those guys are out there that have been in the business a long time and have lists a mile long. Find something they want to do and punch a button on their computer, and all of a sudden this email goes out to 30,000 people, or even 2,000 people, 15,000 people. And they get a percentage of those back, and boom, they start to put these people in, these things start to happen. This is what we want to aspire to be, but this isn't who we are. I'm like you. I go out, I meet people. I'm belly to belly, using your words. I'm going to go out with a big smile on my face because I'm excited about what I do, and everybody that says, how are you? Well, I'm great. Well, what have you been doing? All of my friends say, well, how have you been? What are you doing? I tell them. But I tell them about what I'm doing that's exciting. I don't say, hey, I got this product and you've got to see what it does, okay? It's going to make your car shine like you've never seen. Who's interested in that? Not me. What do I tell them about? I tell them about Susan. I tell them about Michael. I tell them about people like you guys that I'm working with that are teaching me and allowing me to show you what to do and how to do it. So I'm learning, you're learning, and we're teaching other people, and by doing that, we're all talking to everybody. And what happens when that happens? The business grows. It might grow slow at first, but it's going to go step by step by step by step, and all of a sudden it's going to get bigger, and it's going to grow to the point that, yes, now you can make $200 in a week. Maybe it'll take you 10 days or 15 days to make another 200, but that's 400 a month. What's 400 a month going to do in your life? It's going to make a difference. 2 months from now, all of a sudden, those people that you're teaching to do what you do are making 400 a month. Well, what happens when they make 400 a month? Now you're making 800 a month. Same thing happens 2 or 3 months later. Now you're making 1,600 a month. This thing grows by people dealing with people. My philosophy is I'm not going to go out and try and sell anything, because I'm the kind of guy that when the salesman comes to the door, I shut the door. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear what he's going to sell me to my house that's going to make my life better. What I want to hear is somebody that comes in, talks to me, teaches me something they know, and then listens to what I have to say. The minute that happens, we're communicating, we're growing, and we're going to go find somebody else to talk to. But now the two of us are a lot better than one of us, and we're growing. And this is how the business works. Stop selling the products. Sell yourself. Sell your team, and then follow it up with action. Okay, everybody says it takes action to get this business started. Go out and talk to 2 people. I completely agree. It takes 2 people that I talk to, and I teach them how to find 2 other people. That's 4, right? No, that's 6. See, it grows. And then those 2 find 2 more, and then those 2 find 2 more. That's great. The idea is the same. Our path is different. We're going to teach you how to talk to 2 people by saying, hey, I know Charles or I know Susan, and they're showing me how to do this stuff, and I'm actually making money. You should look at it. You should talk to them. Let them tell you what they do. And then don't worry about you doing it yourself. Pick up a telephone, get us on the phone, bring them to one of these webinars, get on our conference call. Everybody talks to everybody. And let us help you show them how to make money in this business. Now we're all learning, now we're all helping each other, and once everybody's helping each other, I'm sorry, but if the world did that, we wouldn't have problems like we have in Afghanistan and Syria and all over the place, because everybody'd be helping everybody and we'd all be network marketing, right?
That's right. In the ultimate world.
Yeah, my perfect world.
Yes.
But I believe it, and I believe it works. And I have proof that it works. So, let's go.
That sounds very good. I like that. So what about the new people that we're telling? Okay, invite people to our group, invite people to our community, invite people to these webinars, and tell them that they are excited to be a part of something. And then one of the most common questions, and it was just asked of me again by one of our viewers, one of the most common questions is they ask, well, how much money are you making? And they haven't made any money yet. It's at that point that they reinforce that they are learning, that they're not alone, that they're surrounded by community. It's okay that if you haven't made any money yet, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's more like, what have you learned?
Yes.
What's school about? School's about education. It's about learning how to go out and find a job. Well, a job is just over broke, right? Why do I want to go to school and learn that? I went to school to learn how to learn. I got 9 kids. Believe me, homework, homeschooling, all of these things added up, and every time I got into algebra or calculus or statistics or something like that when the kids got older, or even the young ones, well, what am I going to use Spanish for? Well, interestingly enough, I got married to a Mexican lady. She's got some children. They're Mexican. Now you know why you had to learn Spanish, so you can talk to your brother. Okay? It's amazing how these happen. But the simple fact is I taught my kids to go to school to learn how to learn how to go find information, to know that once they had the knowledge of figuring out what was going on in their life and where to go get it, they could go get it. Because guess what? Look at the internet. everything you want to know is out there. Now you have to be smart enough to cipher through everything to find out what's old, because even the old stuff is still there. There needs to be a plunge button somewhere on my computer to wipe out all that old stuff that's from 2002. But believe me, what we want to teach you is to learn how to learn. We want to teach you where to find the information you need. Once we do that, you're dangerous, because now you have all the tools you need to go out and do it without us. But what we're going to show you is how important the us part of that is. And you're going to make money. So if you're a new guy, the best thing you can do is come to these hangouts, get on our conference calls, invite somebody to meet these crazy people on the internet that are talking about this stuff, and learn how to make $200 a month, $400 a month. Down the road, 2 months from now, $500, $600 a month. Forget the pie in the sky of the, I'm going to show you how to make $10,000. Most guys down the street from you, they don't fathom that. But what they would be interested in is a way to invest $230 into themselves, get the tools the company offers, get the benefits the team offers, and make $400 a month extra. $400 a month in my son's life, where I am right now in North Carolina. He's in the Marine Corps. They're having a baby today, sometime tonight. $400 a month would be the difference between laying awake at night and worrying about his wife and new baby, and being comfortable in knowing that they can pay the bills and have a little bit extra. $600 or $800 a month, now he's sleeping like a baby. So yeah, little bits mean a lot. And that's what we try and help you do.
And all just from, oh, hold on a second.
Sound effects.
Sound effects. Thank you very much, Charles. I'm really thrilled that we joined forces, and I'm so looking forward to where we're going to go with this.
What I was going to say before the cop car drove by was that it's all just from talking to people.
Yeah.
You know, since we kind of laid out what we're doing and why we're doing, I'm going to lay out a question that I would love to actually, Charles or Susan or both, hear your take on it, because in getting into something that people don't know, there's a fear involved in the A, I don't know how to talk to people, but B, oh my gosh, this seems like a pyramid scheme. So how, I know that's like a faux pas term to use, but I'm just putting it out there because that is what people are afraid of coming across, of being a part of. So what would you say to those folks who have that fear? Because that's really the ultimate thing that makes people resist.
I can answer that. Susan, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go?
You go for it.
Okay. I have a piece of paper. I'm going to fold it in half. Can you see it? Or is it up here? Okay. I used to work for a company in the construction industry before I got my general contractor's license, that supplied drywall, insulation, steel studs, all of the building materials to the industry, and actually is one of the biggest countries internationally in the world, and their name is United States Gypsum. I don't know how many of you heard about them, but they make everything from potted plant soil and the gypsum that goes in it to keep the soil loose, all the way through the drywall that I've got on the walls around me, and I see behind Susan there. Okay? United States Gypsum is broken into several parts and pieces. All right? But if you look at this paper, and I don't know if it's going to show up very well, but up at the top is the CEO of the company. Okay? That doesn't show up very well.
We can see it, though.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah.
So under that CEO are two vice presidents, one that handles the international side and the other one that handles their domestic side. Okay? And under those people happen to be four others that are managers of certain specific parts of the company, and then it builds all down. Okay, can you see the marks on that paper?
Yes,
What is that? It looks like a pyramid, doesn't it?
it certainly does.
Sure
Okay, I
does.
can any corporate structure, any business structure, any structure of any business of any kind, because you have somebody in charge, two people that are managers of the program that are helping this guy run it, and then the managers are the people who are all down here working it and making the company work. Is that a pyramid scheme?
That's a pyramid scheme.
Right?
That's a pyramid. Okay. This particular program happens to have somebody like Susan on the top, Micah and Chuck over here, and then 4 people that come in to help build the product that these 3 are going to teach how to do all this. The benefit of these 3 being here is that we have 15 or 20 other people around us that are doing the same thing, teaching their people the same thing, everybody getting on our conference calls in this webinar type program, doing the same type of program, only our emphasis is education. So is this a pyramid scheme? No, because the government is very specific about what a pyramid scheme is and what it isn't. And in our case, we have tools, we have products, we are a business. Okay? When somebody comes to you and says, hey, I've got a program, if you bring in $500 and you find 2 other people with $500, we're going to all give it to this guy up here on top. There's no products involved. In fact, all you're going to do is send them cash. And then when this board breaks in half because everybody down here on the bottom has paid this guy, we're going to have our own. Then we're going to get 4 more suckers to bring in $500 with no products, getting nothing for their money, and we're going to give him up here, and the board's going to split in half again. And what happens is it keeps splitting in half and splitting in half and splitting in half until you've got 1,000 boards with a whole bunch of people and nobody else left down here of interest to put anybody in there. So they call up and they say, hey, I just gave you $500. Where's my money? I want some return for my investment. Oh, well, this program's over, and we're all going on to do something else, and they start a new one. And the interesting is they all start in the same group of people, and there's just different positions on the board when they start. That's a pyramid scheme. That's extremely illegal. It's extremely unethical because they have no products. They have nothing to back up what they say, and all they're doing is stealing your money. Okay? This is a sanctioned business structured like a corporation. There are people involved who do grow and manage and bring other people in. There are products, and they are governed by the laws of the land. It's a business. If you want somebody to insist that's a pyramid scheme, by definition, legally, no, it's not.
And the products are quite handy. You know, just to go back on those, the other day I'm building a website, and since it's under construction, I don't want people going to it because it's kind of messy right now. And but my email address has the at the web address on it, and I was like, gosh, if people look at my email address and they're like, well, let me go to this guy's website. I was like, crap. What am I going to do? So I ran over to Lead Pages, and I created a lead capture page, and I thought, what'd be really nice is if I could offer something to someone, because basically it's under construction, but here's this, since you stopped by. And so I found this ebook in the in our system, in the back office of RaceCycler, and it's all about building your network, and there's like 70 different ways on how to do this. And I thought, wow, this would be really cool. So someone comes to my page, which is all about that anyway, but I don't have the page ready yet. So let me offer this free ebook as I collect emails should they come to my page. And so I didn't have to go out. I don't know about who's watching this right now, but if you've ever been somewhere and go, gosh, I wish I had ebooks that I could give away for free, but I don't have anything, that's what we got here. So all of a sudden, it was like, oh crap, I should do this. Let me knock out a capture page and let me give some value for free. And I went right over to RaceCycler, grabbed it, downloaded it, uploaded it to my lead capture page, and it was done. And I didn't have to worry about it. And if I want to add more, I can, because we've got tons of them. So that's just to go to speak for the products themselves.
Yeah, and when you say tons of them, you're dead on right. if you take a look at all the ebooks that are involved in the program, everything that's there, the products, they would total up way more than the entry fee of the program, which is $230. So the simple fact that you are getting extreme value for your purchase and being involved in a business at the same time that you can put and grow together with the team, now you have something of value for what you've done.
Right.
Therefore, it is a 100% legal program, and it's not anything that's going to get injured, shut down by the government, any scary factor or anything like that. It's a completely legitimate business, and that's what you need to look for and stay away from the something for nothing group.
Well, thank you for answering that question, and I just wanted to put it out there since you have experience. Susan, do you have anything you want to add?
I don't. That was really, really well done, and just shows as an example, if you don't know how to answer that question or any other question that might come up, bring them to us, and if one of us can't answer it, the other one is going to. So hence showing the value that you have here.
Or just
we have another piece to the puzzle that isn't here at the moment because she's busy working on our program. Her name is Judith, and she's my partner, and she is what we call a monster. She is probably one of the bigger people in the internet business today. She brings hundreds of people to the table when she comes into a program. And so with my skills and your skills and Mike's skills and all of these others, when we bring Judith to the table, now we have somebody who is doing it the big boy way, who does have those lists of thousands that can teach us how to handle them. And she does a lot of her work on Facebook, she does a lot of her work on Skype, and it's all face-to-face. And it's interesting to listen to her speak. And one of these days, very soon, we'll get her on here. She's Hungarian, so you have to kind of really listen to her. But she's interesting, very interesting. You will enjoy this woman.
Yeah, just one phone conversation with her, and I was immediately sucked in. Like, yes, this is a lady I want to work with.
Yep, I agree with that. 100%.
Very powerful speaker.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I have one more question from a viewer to answer, and maybe I'll answer it in just stating where we are, because Charles, you and I are on the same board, so you can justify right here on the air where I am. I'm on the Grand National Board on the pay line, and Charles and Judith are both on that same board with me, and so I'm actively getting paid right now. Every time somebody lands in that 4 spot, and 2 people are there, so I've made, how much money have I made on that board alone, Charles?
You made $1,000.
Yes.
And where are those people from, my dear? My group, you're in the way, so let's get going.
Exactly. So that just shows we're, in separate lines, and we're working together, and we truly are helping each other. Like, not just in conversation here and on phone conference calls, but we're actively helping each other in the back office on the board because, well, they're helping me make money right now. Obviously.
Yeah. We are.
But then I'm going to get out of their way, and they're going to make money.
Well, the interesting thing is, and one of the biggest reasons that we are together is the like-mindedness of our philosophies, but I'm going to be very network marketing right now.
Right.
We were fortunate enough, both you and I, to get into this program in the beginning real high up in the program. So even though Susan is in a different group, a different line of things, because we are high enough up that we're within 1 or 2 people of the very top, we're going to keep running into each other. So it's a very smart business tactic for your group and my group to work together, because where you're going, we've been or we're going there, and the same goes for you. So if we're going to keep running into each other, wouldn't it be smart to meld ourselves together so that when we do run into, Now all the people on Susan's team have the opportunity of having us push you guys around. And when we mix up, we'll find you on another board, and because we took this opportunity, we're going to have you intermingling with us, pushing us around. Well, that may sound kind of bully, like pushing each other around, but believe me, it is a perfect, desirable, wonderful, want to be in that position. So, yeah, I don't mean to get all networky about everything, but it is position-wise and strategically a chess game. And where we are is exactly where we want to be. And bringing our two teams together is probably the smartest thing we've ever done. And it's funny because we chased each other for almost a week, trying to email back and forth and send Facebook messages and everything else, and finally hooked up and realized, because I think she wanted to say, hey, you need to go to work and get some stuff going, and I wanted to say, hey, you need to go to work and get out of the way. And what's happening is all of a sudden now we're working together, and this whole thing is going to explode. I mean, it's going to be slow, and it might just be powerful, and my choice would be for it to be low and slow and strong and just a big swell and continue for 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it takes. I'm not a flash in the pan kind of guy. I'd much rather make $100 a day for a year than $10,000 right now. I mean, I like to have it come and go and be something I can count on, because when that happens, now there's many other things I can do. It gives me flexibility. It gives me freedom. And I'm sorry I talk so much, but I just do. So
No,
I'm excited about this, and I kind of think you guys are too. And if we can take this excitement, build it into our teams, and get them to trust what we have, we got the moon. All we got to do is throw a lasso on it, and off we go.
Exactly. I want to key in on one of those words that you said that kind of envelops everything that we were trying to bring across to our audience and our team members and new prospects that might be watching that, and that's trust. Trust us. We are working together on purpose as a community and as a group and as a team. Trust us, because we have your best interest in our thoughts. And obviously, I hope that it portrayed that Charles and I have discussed this, like we've planned this strategy and we have a plan, we have a vision, and that's what brought us here. So put a little trust, erase some of that fear, and let's go. We're doing this on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely on purpose. And if I can help somebody get somewhere and benefit themselves and their family, then I am benefited as well. And so it may be backwards to most people's thinking, but believe me, it's the thinking that will make you successful.
I agree.
Treat your friends, treat everybody the same. Lay everything on the table. Show them what you've got. Ask them to show you what they have. Put them together, and you're stronger. My father taught me that old saying, listen to me, saying that is, together we stand, divided we fall. And believe me, in this business, it's true. Link up with my arm, let me link up with your arm, and we'll stand against the wind. We'll stand against the tide. And it's going to be exciting. If anything you gain, you'll learn. And knowledge is valuable.
Yeah. That fits with alone we are a drop, and together we are an ocean that can create huge ripples.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Awesome.
Come here. My son just one of my sons just walked in. Yeah, get down here where they can see you. This is Jake.
Hi, Jake. Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you, buddy. I'll talk to you now. Okay. I haven't seen him for 3 years. 3 years.
Wow. Yeah. Is he the dad of the baby about to be born?
No, he's the brother that lives down the street. And the sad end of the story, and we are a family who is, like I said, I have 9 children. He's my adopted son. I lost a son in Afghanistan 3 years ago. And Jake and my other son, Aaron, Aaron actually brought him home because he was there with him when we lost him. And that's the last time I've seen these 2 boys. And I'm so proud of them because they've built their lives, they've sustained, they've grown. Both of their wives are pregnant. Rachel's having her baby today or tomorrow or soon. Jake's wife, Tiffany, is having her child in March. And that's a godchild. That baby is long in coming. They've been trying for 3 years to have this child. And they went to find out about in vitro fertilization, and the doctor said, "Hey, I can't do it. You're pregnant."
Wow.
What a shock. So yeah, this is a big trip for me. I'm here for 15 days. I'm actually from San Diego, California, and I'm all the way over here in North Carolina. And we're here. We're working. We're on the internet.
Wow.
Oh, you know what? That's something you need to know about what we're doing. You can do it anywhere. You don't have to worry about not going to the job and punching the time clock. You pick up your laptop, you put it in your bag, you get on the airplane, and you go. My wife
was just in Orlando doing the same thing. She's in Saskatchewan. I'm in New York. For the first time after working together for about a year and a half, we finally met for the first time face to face. We kept going like this. Like we were like, oh my gosh, you're a person. Like for the first time in a year and a half, we met in person and worked together for a week from Orlando, by the pool, around the pool, at a resort, over at this resort, at Disney. It was fun. We create so much content, but just like Charles is saying, you can do it from anywhere.
Yeah. Now answer this question. Can you do that working any other kind of job? Nope. You can't. So, there you go.
Well, that's awesome. I think we have provided some really good value here tonight. I think that's a good place to close it, unless you guys have something else to add. But thank you very much, Michael.
Good question, because I could talk all night.
Well, we will be doing this again. We'll be back again. So, yeah, thank you very much. And thank you to everyone that's watching this live, everyone that chose to watch it afterwards. I want to make sure and reiterate, please get back with the person that invited you. We all work together, and we'll help you. We'll answer all your questions and welcome you into the community.
Absolutely. One thing I will add to that, sweetheart, is we're real people. Just like they met in Florida, once you get involved with this team, you'll have emails, phone numbers, Skype names, everything you need to reach out and touch us, and we'll do whatever we can, personally on the phone, to help you do whatever you need. If you run into a problem with somebody you're talking to, pick up the phone and call me. Pick up the phone and call Susan. That's what we do. Okay? That's what you need to remember. I'm done. Love you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.